right.
We're
now live. Yay!
But I'll figure that out later.
What did you say?
I said, what are all these buttons on my Instagram? Maybe I'll figure that out later.
I thought you said something about butts, and I was like, it's a good way to start. Your video is not loading for me, but
no.
Let's see. I'm disconnecting and reconnecting again. Not that it matters, because people are still showing up online on Facebook and YouTube. So we'll just wait until folks show up. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Who's here? Shout out. Comment. I don't know who we're talking to.
I know. I don't know who we're talking to. That's why yesterday was like so much. When you weren't here, it was so sad. It was so sad. Don't leave me alone. I can't be trusted.
Go live with the Hustling Creative. I will go live with the Hustling Creative.
Wow. So honored. All right. Well, good morning, folks. I don't know about you, but my shoulders are super sore after yesterday. So I'm really glad that we're toning it down this week. Jax is going to start us off with just a review of a lot of the technique that we learned combat-wise, and then we're going to finish out the class with some breathing and yoga. So, yeah, that's all we have to say about that.
I'm going to turn some lights on so you can actually see me in here.
Yeah, sounds good.
I don't have my fancy ring light. All right. So, everybody, let's warm up. Let's get those fingertips moving. It rained last night, so I'm stuck up in this room.
Yeah.
Which is a fine room. It's great for like sleeping and whatever. It's not great for working out in.
Did you just say it's great for sweeping?
No, for sleeping.
I think it's because I heard you tell David right before you got on. I heard you go, we need to sweep this room. And so I was like, great for sweeping.
Oh, yeah, we do need to sweep the room. We're like the first people ever to live in here, and the floor isn't finished, so we just need some sweeping. We need some TLC.
Ooh.
My arms.
Yeah, my arms after yesterday. My shoulders particularly.
Yeah, the inside of my shoulders.
Oh, yeah? I feel it on the outside.
Ooh.
Yeah, which I think is good.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So we're going to go to the side. We're pulsing for 8 counts. We're going to pulse the other side. 2, 4, 6, 8. And then in 4, other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. In 2s. 2, 2 again. 2, 2. Good, nice. And now let's roll out our ankles. Let's try to see if I can. I have a weird thing set up for Instagram. Sorry, everybody. It's like I don't have my ring light situation. So here we go. Now you can see how badly I need to sweep the floor. Sorry.
I can't tell.
Every morning I get up and I'm like, oh, I gotta sweep the floor. And I just don't.
Oh.
That's a story.
No, it's good.
That's where I have left hand to right foot. And
I think that on Friday I
have a lot here. So
sorry, what'd you say?
I said it doesn't help that we've got a cat in here. So if you have cats, you know you've got to sweep and vacuum every day. Cats are gross. Nice. I'm gonna bend my knees into a kind of like a wide squat and put my hands inside my thighs and push my right shoulder forward and down.
Ooh, cracking.
Yeah. Whew. Another side.
Oh, man.
Good. I'm going to come down a little bit lower. I'm just going to kind of go back and forth and wake up my hips. starts moving so that Alex can calm us down. So we're going to take all of the sword techniques. Let me come down for Instagram. All the sword techniques that we've learned this week, and we're going to put them all together. So we're going to start with advances and retreats. Then we're going to move into patnandos. Then we're going to move into lunges. Then we're going to do the side lunges with the thrusts. And we're not doing them, we're not timing them. So we're, like how we usually do it, we usually do a minute each side. We're going to do, I think, 5 reps of each thing. So I don't know how long that's actually going to take us. But just to give you a quick example. So I'm going to start at the end of the room. I'm going to advance all the way to one end of the room and then retreat. And that's 1. So we'll do 5 of those. Up, back, 5 times with advance. Then without a break, we're going to switch to the other hand. 5 up and back. Then we'll take a couple seconds of a break. We're going to start here. We're going to do patnandos. So that's the advance, lunge, recover, advance, lunge, recover, all the way to one end of the room. And then we'll do backwards lunge, retreat, lunge, recover, retreat, lunge, recover. That's 5 times. Then we're going to do our side of voids. We'll take a couple seconds. We'll do them on both sides without stopping. A couple seconds, side of voids. So that's standing neutral, lunge to the side, thrust, shifting our weight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back up. And again, we'll do that 5 times. Then switch sides. And I think, I just got out of breath explaining that. I think that's all of the techniques that we did for sword this week.
We did ducking.
Oh, that's right. Ducking. So let's end with that.
Sure.
We'll end with ducks, and we're gonna do let's do 10. Because where our legs are gonna be. Let's do 10 unless we're doing it and I'm like, we can do more, and then we'll do 20. Sound good?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, sweet. So again, I'm not going to set the timer. We're just going to go. I'm going to count out loud for us. Move at your own pace. You're done when you're done. Remember, don't sacrifice technique for speed. So don't try to run through these super fast just to get the speed, just to get your heart up. Make sure your technique is right. Because if you're moving relatively slow, but your technique is good, then that means your abs will be engaged, your butt and leg muscles will be engaged, your arms will be engaged, your shoulders will be relaxed, your hands will still be engaged. So even if you're moving slowly, you're still getting the most out of this workout. If you are confused by any of the things that I just explained, you can either try to keep up with us. We're going to do everything 5 times, so you should be able to. Nothing's terribly difficult. But if you get lost in the woods, just go back to Monday's video and check it out. All right, are we ready?
Do it.
All right, sorry, my feet are gonna be loud because I'm on the wooden floor and I have shoes on for splinters. All right, here we go. On guard. Advance and retreat 5 times and then switch hands. Ready? And go. Make sure that as you're doing this, I'm just gonna go to the edge of my screens. Make sure that as you're doing this, your front toes are facing the direction that you're going. That was 1. So you don't want your toes to be like facing an odd direction. An odd direction, like to the side. That's 2. That's 3. Whew, it's hot in here. That's 4. So also remember with your retreats that you're retreating, you're reaching back with that back foot, with that back toe. That's 5, I think, right? And switch. I might have lost count because I was talking. Reach back. That's 1. That's 2. Make sure your shoulders are nice and relaxed. Make sure that you're not like bobbing as you do this. You're not going up and down. That's 3. The ceiling is lava, so stay nice and low. That's 4. One more. That's 5. So relax. Just take a second or two, and we're going to move into Patanandos. If you have any questions, type them in the comments. I'll check them in between. But remember, Patanandos are an advance followed by a lunge. Then we're bringing the back foot up. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Woo, 5 of these. Let's go. I'm going to continue to move on the slower side, just for people who are following along. My back arm comes back. It helps me with counterbalancing. That's 1. That's 2. I wish I had more space in here.
Yeah. Holding a weight and something small, I feel like a wizard. I feel like I'm holding a wand.
That's 3. I think, right?
Yeah, I think 3.
I'm trying to keep my fingers up.
My shoulders are so sore.
That's 4. Woo! All right, that's 5. Relax for a second. To the other side.
All right.
Woo. Ready? And here we go. Oh, my hips are awake.
Ah.
There's 1. Whew. There's 2. Oh, my shoulders.
Yeah.
Oh, there's 3. That's 4. Oh, last one. Take a count.
Ah.
Nice. Oh, God.
My
All
shoulders.
right, rest for a second. Woo. So I'm gonna quick drink of water.
Yeah.
We're gonna do the side lunges with thrusting.
Awesome.
Whew.
Oh, man. My shoulders need some TLC today.
You what?
My shoulders need some TLC today.
Oh, mine too. Can we do some shoulder stuff today? Some shoulder stretches for that?
Yeah.
Breathe. Okay. Here we go. So we're going to lunge to the side. We're going to thrust 5 times. Sorry if you see my cat. My cat's wandering around. You'll definitely hear him. Thrust 5 times and back to center. Then lunge again. So the lunging is what we're doing 5 times. Otherwise, it'll be over too fast. All right, get ready?
Yeah.
And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And these thrusts are happening with this explosive movement that we talked about. 3. You're powering it with your right foot right now, or the foot that you're lunging on. Last one. Good. Last to the other side. Whew. All right. Move over. And here we go. You should be really engaging your abs. Nothing is sleeping during this. Here's 3. That was 3. That's 4. That's 1. Nice. Relax. All right. Here we go. Squats. I think we should just do 20 squats. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Ew. Dead bug.
Oh no, that doesn't sound good.
All right. It's an unfinished department. It's to be expected. We're good. All right. 20 squats. Holy God. And go. 1. 5. 10. Halfway. 15. 19. 20. Nice.
Oh. All right. Well, we made it through that.
Yeah.
Longest 15 minutes of my life. All right. So as Jack said, we are going to slow things down a little bit. I want to start with re-engaging our core with some plank action just to set us up, not too much, just to set us up for the rest of the practice. I wanted to actually come back to headstands for anyone who tried them last week and who wanted to like build on whatever it is that they learned.
Great.
So wanted to do some headstands, and then we'll go into our posture and yoga stuff. So let's get on the ground. I'm not going to use a timer. I'm not going to use a timer for this, but basically what we're going to do is we're going to come into a forearm plank for 15 seconds, one side 15, other side 15. We'll rest, do 30 on each side, and then rest and do 45 seconds on each side. So that's what the deal is going to be. Yeah, okay. Instagram should be at a good angle. We'll see what happens. All right, so we're getting into our forearm plank, putting our forearms directly under our shoulders, kicking our heels back, tapping our pelvis, head in neutral spine, and go for 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And flip. And we'll go for 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and roll the other way. And we're going for 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's take it between sets. Let's do our favorite little shoulder stretch. Bring our arm up, thread it through, come back in child's pose. Let's just do this for a little while between sets because I need it.
I agree.
And back up to a tabletop. Switch hands, other hand into the sky. And thread it through.
Oh. I feel so good today.
Yeah, this is my favorite thing in the world. All right, planks for 30 seconds. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. 30, 9, 20, 27, 26, 25, 24, 3, 20, 17, 16, 15,
Woo!
12, 10, and switch to one side. And we're up for 30. 20, 15, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, switch sides. And we're up for 30.
I will say my plank game is getting stronger.
20. Oh, yeah? Good.
I think my shoulders are starting to figure out where to go.
Your
So I'm
shoulder.
not in as much pain.
10, 5, 4.
I also think my arms are exhausted, so they're just automatically doing the thing.
And come back into child's pose. Bring one arm, thread it through. I'm glad this is feeling better, Jax.
Yeah. I just gotta do more planks. Gross.
Dude, I was so proud of myself. I haven't been planking very much. But here we are. All right, switch sides.
Whew.
And let's go for 45. All right.
Woo.
Let's do it. Forearms. We're going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 45. 40. I hate counting. I don't think I'm very good at it. 30.
I try to count by using my breath, but whenever I'm working hard, my breath slows down a lot.
Oh, interesting. Mine speeds up.
Well, I keep it slow because it's something to focus on.
10.
If I can focus on my breath, then I won't be in as much pain.
And switch sides.
Whew.
Sounds metaphorical.
Yeah, right. Just keep breathing and you won't notice you're dying.
Sure. Not quite the warm fuzzies I was thinking of, but you know. Beggars can't be choosers. 30.
Oh, there's my shoulder. Come on, shoulder, you're doing so good. You're doing so well.
20. 10. Good. Now we're gonna roll. Other way.
I'm definitely cheating in between rolls, though. I'll be honest.
That's all right. We're up for 45. Yeah. No one cares. It's just the internet.
This is the internet. Nobody's commenting, so I guess nobody's watching. That's so manipulative and mean. I wouldn't comment after that either.
30.
Ooh,
Or they're just working so freaking hard.
I spoke too soon about my shoulder.
20. Oh no, we're almost there. 10. And rest. Whew. Good freaking job. So let me look at the time.
Ooh.
As I said, I wanted to get back to our headstands in case anyone last time and wanted to expand on what they were trying to do. So if you were not with us last time, I'm going to move this mirror out of the way because it looks kind of precarious to me. So the way that we're getting into these, I mean, there are definitely different schools of thought. I'm just sharing the one that I found is the easiest. First of all, you're going to want to roll your mat or have a small pillow if you want to protect your head. I'm just going to roll my mat once to protect my head. But whatever you do, whatever it is that you are resting your head on, make sure that it is, make sure it's not going to like slip out as you're getting into this. So make sure it's nice and firm. And what I'm doing first is I'm going to show you two ways of getting into this. One is without a wall and one is with a wall, because I just think if you're not doing this with a wall, then there's just more that you should do getting into this. Whereas with a wall, you can just be like, boop. That didn't really make any sense. It will, I promise.
Yeah, I got it.
Thank you. I think that this is crane pose. Oh no, sorry, crow. What we're doing is we're putting our hands under our shoulders, about shoulder width apart, and I am bending my arms a little bit. What I'm doing here is I'm bending them just enough to get my knee rather to rest on my tricep. So I'm in kind of this deep squat thing, and then I'm gonna just focus on rocking and putting my head down onto the ground. Once your head is down onto the ground, this might be a great place for you to hang out. But if you want to experiment, you can bring one leg or both into the air. As I've said before, the closer your hands are to your head, and the closer they are to each other, the harder it's going to be. It's going to be much easier if you come into this. Let me move my necklace. If you come into this wide, because then it's more, it's less weight for your head to take and more to balance out with your arms. Good. So I'm going to show you the wall now. Pretty simple. It's really just if you've got a wall, it's just another measure of security. So let's see. No. Sorry, guys.
I'm dripping sweat right now.
Yeah.
So gross.
From just how hot it is in your apartment?
Yeah.
In your room? Yeah. Oh, all right. Well,
Good working.
What'd you say?
Doesn't matter. Just stand on your head.
I'm standing on my head. I'm bending down, and I'm just lifting my legs up. until they touch the wall. And then from here, you can experiment too with getting your feet up off the wall. This is also a really good one to see how much weight your hands should take. And this is a good one if you want to play with being less dependent on your hands. Bring them close together, bring them close to your head. Yeah, so I'm gonna set the timer for a minute and I'll just let you play around with that. If you have any questions, type them in the comments. And we're going for a minute, starting right meow. Let's go.
Yes. Whew. All right.
All right. And of course, any questions, if you get it, type it in so that we can see, so we can congratulate you.
Ooh. Yes. Wow. Whew.
And here, when I'm up here, I'm engaging my core, I'm engaging my butt. You can even point or flex your feet if that helps keep the engagement going. I like just playing around with where my feet are. And how long has it been? Let's see. And that's a minute. Amazing. Yay, Jax!
Whew.
Good job. How was it this time?
It was harder this time.
Oh yeah? Why is that, do you think?
I think that my arms are a little tired. I took more strain on my wrist this time. I'm not sure why, but I think I started to feel like I was tipping backwards, and I panicked. But I think from what I learned about like trying to do handstands is that there is that feeling of tipping backwards to get straight up and down. So I think I'm just not used to that. So I panicked too soon.
Sure. Yeah, and it's easier to get used to that if you're next to a wall. It's harder to trust that if you're free floating.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Good.
Amazing. Great job, everyone. We're gonna bring it down a little bit. Jax, would you like to do any breathing stuff, or would you like me to just like take this part? Doesn't matter to me.
Go ahead and take this part because I took the whole beginning of the workout.
Sure. Okay. I also put my clip away so that I wouldn't impale myself in the skull. And now I've got a mohawk. All right. Ooh. So I'm coming down. I'm gonna come down actually to our favorite Shavasana. We're gonna just lie down on the ground for a little while.
Nice.
Because lest we forget, as much as we try to forget, it is still 9 a.m., which is obscenely early during a world pandemic.
Sure is, though.
Oh, all right. I am coming back down to my back. I'm engaging my core just enough to keep my lower back on the floor as well. And here I want to just run us through breathing. So the way I'm going to show you breathing, if this is your first time doing it with us, is I'm coming at this from the background of a trained operatic singer. So basically, the way that we breathe is a little different from dancers, because dancers, I believe it's mostly about keeping the ribs nice and low and down so that you've got like this slimmer line, whereas for singers particularly, we focus on getting as big as we can with our breath. Basically just like allowing our body to take up as much space as possible, to fill with as much air as possible, so that we're breathing the most organically. So that in mind, let's start down at our feet. Right now I'm checking my feet. I'm checking to see if they're even. I'm checking to see if both feet are are falling evenly at the same angle, carrying the same weight. I'm going to do the same thing with my calves now. Check out where they are. And now my thighs. For me, I noticed because I've got a little bit of a donk, my thighs aren't entirely on the ground. That's okay. And now for my butt, I'm letting go of any tightness. We're just lying here. And let's work our way up our body using our spine as our roadmap. So right now I'm at my lower spine. I'm at my lower back. And I want to just check in with it, see where it is, where it's lying. And I want to encourage my lower back, even if this isn't anatomically possible. As I breathe in, I want to encourage my lower back. I want to think of expanding it down further into the ground. So that as my belly is filling with air, my lower back is counterbalancing that and also getting taking up more space. And I'm moving to the middle of my back. I'm checking in with my ribs. My ribs here are the thing that's really moving. So as I breathe in, my ribs are coming out like the bellows of an accordion in order to accommodate that air, the same way an accordion does. Good. And now let's focus on our upper back. I would encourage you to think of your shoulders and your upper back as one unit. So just as much as I'm putting my upper back on the floor, I'm also encouraging my shoulders to come down instead of my tendency is to have them punching upwards, up and forward. So I'm just going to encourage them to melt into the ground, not force them, just encourage them. And from here, I'm going to move my neck from side to side, just very gently. And then I'm going to let it rock to a standstill. And wherever it wants to land is where it lands. Good. Now on the opposite side of my head, or my body rather, when I'm thinking about my neck, the opposite side that I'm thinking about now is my throat. So on my inhale, I want to think of opening my throat like those frogs that have the massive, I don't know what it is, like when they ribbit, maybe it's in cartoons, but yeah. Like it opens up. I'm thinking about that with my throat. When I breathe in, I want to let my throat sink down and get wide. The inclination is to yawn because we're opening up new space. I don't quite know how that works, but I do know that when things open up in your mechanism, then yawning is the natural response from your body. So I'm going to have us take, I'm going to be quiet and I'm going to let us take in 3 breaths, and each one, I want you to just focus on that throat opening up even more. Not necessarily forcing it open, but just allowing your entire spine, including your neck, to sink down into the ground more, and everything that's opposite of it, your throat, your ribs, your belly, to expand upwards and outwards. So we're really just getting bigger with every breath, like a balloon. So I lied. Let's go for 5. So inhale, exhale, a little slower. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale one more, open up your throat. Inhale. And exhale. Good. You can either stay where you are, or I'm going to come up to sitting just so that I can talk to you better. And right now I really want to, we focused on getting our entire body basically in harmony as we breathe. And now I want to isolate a few things. So right now I'm sitting. Still think about these same things if you're lying down. And with this inhale and exhale, with this cycle, I'm thinking about a continuous wave, like you're on the ocean. I'm thinking about a wave building on the inhale, and it peaks and goes right into the exhale. I'm taking out any of the space between the inhale and the exhale. There's a time for that for sure, but just for our purposes, we're gonna take out that space. So let's just think about that for a few breaths. Let's just go for 3. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Good. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Good. I'd encourage you to breathe normally for a little while as I continue talking at you, because you might be getting lightheaded, especially if you're sitting up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to encourage you to think about, we're going to think about our breath, and we're going to work our way from the bottom up, just like we did with our body, with our posture. So the first thing I'm thinking about, even though our breath technically, even though physically, it only really goes down to our abs. That's the lowest part of our body that is physically affected by our breath. If we're speaking anatomically, I'm thinking about engaging even my pelvis and my pubic area in my abdominal movement. So that means that whatever I'm thinking about doing with my abs is just getting bigger. It's just taking up more space. So on this inhale, before the inhale even starts, when this wave is about to start rising, I'm thinking about dropping my abs down into the ground, into my my pelvic bones, and I'm just thinking about lowering and expanding down with my abs. Let's take 3 breaths here just to see how that changes your breathing. That's 2. And that's 3. And breathe normally. Good. For me, I think that my biggest resistance with letting my abs go is my mind, because my mind, my conditioning has told me tight abs, small waist, all of these things that that are standards that are holding us back from really just breathing as organically and as efficiently as possible. So a lot of the work for me in my abs is in my mind, and that's okay. I'm just acknowledging it. Good. So as keep breathing normally, and I'm going to take us through 3 more breaths, and this time we're building on that downward momentum from our abs, and we're encouraging our diaphragm and our lungs to expand downwards as well with our abs. So let's go for 3. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Breathe normally. Your normal breathing should be a little different too. Now, on top of that, I'm going to add this outward expansion of my ribs. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me if you're looking. You don't have to look. I'm gonna talk through everything. But with my ribs, your ribs go all the way around your body. So I'm not just thinking about bringing my ribs outward to the side. I'm also thinking about bringing my ribs outward through my back. So as our abs and our lungs inflate in our front, we're thinking about balancing that out with our ribs to our sides and to our back. So let's go for 3. Ooh, my breath got much longer just thinking about that too. Good. 1. Nice. And relax. I'm not going to focus on our chest because our chest, I just like to think of it as connected to the ribs. If I focus on my chest personally, it does more harm than good, just bringing tension up there. So instead, I'm going to focus on my shoulders. Let's just take 3 breaths. And again, with our shoulders, we know what's right. We know that we know we should keep our shoulders low. We should keep them away from our neck. So I'm not going to tell you to do anything. I just want you through these next 3 breaths to continue building on what we have been doing up our body, but just think about, just acknowledge where your shoulders are. So let's go, remember that ocean wave of air. Let's go for 3. Good. 2. And 1. Good. Breathe normally. And I'm going to encourage us, we're out of time, so I'd like to encourage us to come to a seated position if you aren't already. Nice and slow. Roll, if you're having trouble, just roll over onto your side and come back up into a seated posture.
Feels so good.
Yeah, good. Let's just close out with bringing our arms up. Inhale. Exhale, bring them down into prayer. This can mean prayer in the traditional sense, or it can mean just aligning yourself back with your own center, aligning yourself into the ground, whatever it is, wherever you're putting the focus of this prayer posture. Let's just direct our breath there for 3 breaths. And 3. And 2. And 1. And bow. And namaste, bitches.
Namaste.
All right, thank you so much for joining us. I'm sorry we ran a little bit over, but we hope that you have an excellent weekend. If you are part of Artists Against Domestic Violence, we look forward to seeing you tomorrow at our happy hour at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If not, then we're still releasing content online. So if you like what you see, please donate. Proceeds go to Rain. Yeah? Have a great weekend.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.